Thank you. Keep it going for your host. What's up? Rehoboth. Rehoboth, how you say this? Had to cross state lines to be here. 2 of them. That was illegal like 200 years ago. So I'm just glad to be here. I'm a little nervous, so if you could take your clothes off, ladies first. I'm no sexist. Supreme Court, what's going on? They're wilding, huh? What are they doing? What's next? The right to vote, ladies? End women's suffrage now. So we're a group, the ladies. On one hand, they're like, I want body autonomy. I don't want anybody telling me what to do with my body. And on the other hand, they're like, oh, my infant boy, yeah, chop off the most sensitive part of his body. Depriving him of pleasure, scarring him for life, because some lady's gonna think it's weird in like 18 years. Now, I'm glad to be here. This is a nice area. I've never been down to this part of the United States. I'm from Easton, Pennsylvania, which is a small one-horse town. But upon further inspection, that horse is clearly on heroin. Maybe Oxycontin or Percocet. At the very least, that horse is a functioning alcoholic, you know what I'm saying? I was actually born in Newark, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that place. That means I had bills in my name when I was 9. I started drinking Hennessy when I was 12. Because I didn't know what I was going to do with the bills. Because I couldn't get a job. I'm glad to be back out. I was at the beach today. For the first time in like 10 years, I was rolling in the sand like a fucking manatee. Like the waves were hitting me. I was fucking majestic. It was awesome. Like my nipples were out, my toes were in the sand. It was great. And after like the last few years with COVID, like COVID was fucked up, right? Because when it first dropped, when it first rolled, like the first rollout of COVID, I didn't buy it, because we all heard of SARS, the West Nile virus, the bird flu, Ebola, all of these things that were going to come and kill us here in America, but they never did, right? So when COVID happened, I was like, all right, whatever. But then the world shuts down. So I'm like, cool, America, we're still going strong. But then we start to shut down. But then my job is still open, and I'm still getting paid. Somehow, shipping women's clothing was an essential business the entire pandemic. Gotta look good, ladies. Gotta look good. But, and I had a selfish thought, because no one that I knew personally had it up until that point, but then both of my parents got it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Black guy, 2 parents, good for him. He's ahead of the curve. But yeah, they both got it, and it's weird. I went from being a non-believer in a short span to potentially becoming a homeowner, I go check on my parents, like, yeah, this wall's gonna come down. Put a skylight in here. Let me get those bay windows. That'd be a nice way to honor mom. Meanwhile, she's in the other room like, I can't smell anything. Yo, it's weird. The first people that I knew that got COVID was my parents. The last person that I knew was my best friend. And he got COVID, so he was out of work. And this woman he works with, I guess she liked him. She texted him. She said, the best way to get rid of COVID is, right? And he texts back, no, what is it? And she says, I'll suck it out of you. I saw the text. This really happened. Women don't talk to me like that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Good news is he got rid of the COVID. Bad news is now he has herpes. If it was me personally, I would have just waited the 14 days. During that time of COVID though, like I did get it. Eventually I got it and I was out of work for a little bit. And I didn't have it for long, but it was just slow to get me back to work because of the red tape and the bureaucracy. But in that time, I just got tired of people on the internet, you know, like people posting shit to social media. I see this one guy, I've known him for 20 years, and he's gonna go and post on Facebook, I'm screaming death to my enemies. This motherfucker is the manager of a Papa John's. Who the fuck are your enemies? Domino's? Pizza Hut? Enemies? You had enemies. Did you join the Avengers? Or they hiring? I mean, that'd be cool. A lot of crazy news during that time. Remember a story a couple months back? Alec Baldwin, you know, the actor, he shot somebody on a movie set. You guys remember that? Yeah, that shit was crazy. It's weird because he usually only kills during his SNL monologues. Yo, if you remember back further into the past, those voicemails he left for his young daughter, you know, she's like 11, 12 years old. He's calling her like a fat little ungrateful pig. Yeah, he's saying shit a father should never say to a daughter, right? But in hindsight, she kind of got off easy, right? Like, he could have shot her. No, I make jokes, but in seriousness, I stand behind Alec Baldwin, you know? I'm damn sure not going to stand in front of that motherfucker. Fucking shoots people. Tesla was in the news. You know, Elon Musk's company. They actually had to pay a black man $137 million because he experienced racism on the job. Yeah. Some of his racist white co-workers, they told him to go back to Africa. Now, I've heard that before. You know, I didn't get $137 million. All I got was my feelings hurt, all right? And all I had was a bad comeback, like, I'll have you know, sir, I've never been to Africa. I was born in New Jersey, huh? But I'm a petty motherfucker because if I did get $137 million, I would go back to Africa. Yeah. I go to South Africa and I buy a farm and I hire some poor whites to work the land. And I just sit on the porch all day holding a shotgun drinking lemonade, you know? Where my conspiracy theorists at? Yeah, you guys know the earth isn't round, right? You guys know that, right? Yeah, nah, it's not flat either. It's fucked up is what it is. You know it's true. I like the harmless conspiracy theories, you know? Like birds aren't real, you heard that? You guys heard of birds aren't real, they're government drones? True. Robots, yeah, this guy knows. Yeah, there's always one. But I like watching the Bigfoot documentaries. You know, they're searching for Bigfoot. They call it squatching. They go squatching, they're looking for Bigfoot. I was watching one with these 3 Duck Dynasty looking motherfuckers. They're out there, they got the beards, they're out in the woods. They're doing Bigfoot mating calls. I just want to know, what's the game plan? If an 8-foot tall ape man with a raging heart on comes crashing out of the underbrush, like, somebody's gonna have to take one for the team if they want that footage. Oh no, my phone has betrayed me. I was going in this building the other day, and there was a sign on the door, and it said, "Caution, door swings both ways." And I couldn't help but thinking, wow, gender politics is getting really out of hand. Why do I care who these doors love? So I just go ahead, I walk through the doors, and I felt a hand grab me on the ass. Turn around, one of the doors winked at me. They were swinging doors. Swingers. That almost works. Let's go here. Getting older is weird. Anybody getting older? I just turned 38 in last December. Getting older is weird because you're still that enthusiastic child, but in a failing shit show of a body. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was getting bad. All of the vegetables that I was eating came on wings. You know, you get your little celery, little carrots. Or you get pork fried rice, you get the little broccolis with that. I was drinking water only on accident in the shower. Like, that's how unhealthy I was. But I recently lost 20 pounds, you know. Woo! This is not a lie. My friends are like, hey, that's good. You're taking charge of your health. We're getting older. I just want to up my chances of having sex with better looking women, you know what I mean? I'm very shallow. Yes, I almost killed myself recently. Not on purpose. Things aren't going great, but they're not going that bad. I crashed my car. You guys know, I figured out why they call it liability insurance. Because if you're going to drive around the public roads with only liability insurance, you yourself are in fact a liability. Yeah. Can't be trusted. So I crashed my car. My mom's, she's pretty religious, so she said, because I walked away with no scratches. I totaled the car, I crashed it into a parked trailer. On the way, I was in the parking lot of a job interview that I was going to. So that goes to show you, never try to better yourself, stay where you are, stay where it's safe. My mom's like, you know the Lord comforts you. He put his hands over you in that instant. You know that, right? And I'm like, what, over my eyes? I was blinded by the sun. Isn't he in charge of that? Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, that was fun. But luckily, I have a great car now that gets me where I need to be, thanks to that man right there. Give it up for Nate Marks. But it was scary though. I had to walk around for a little bit before I got in that car. And as a black man, it was scary. I was walking down the street one time, and I walked past his house, and this white lady came out, and she started walking behind me. I had to cross the street and run back the other way. If she turns on missing, I'm not answering no questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to get home. You know, sometimes as a black dude, you make eye contact with a white lady, and she like makes this face. Like she's trying to erect a personal force field. Negro shields activated. Shield capacity at 1,000%. I'm not trying to disparage white women. Some of my best friends that I have sex with are white ladies, okay? So you guys relax. All right. How we doing? All right, I'm going to get out of here on this. It's a scripture. I'm very religious, so sing along if you know it. At the Last Supper, Jesus said, eat of this bread, for it is my flesh, and drink of this wine, for it is my blood. Could you imagine the look on Judas' face after he just ate that turkey sandwich that was slathered in mayonnaise? Thank you, I've been Terrell.